Whoop, whoop. Okay, so welcome. Good morning. It is March 13th, and I should probably clean my camera, but I can't right now. So you're going to have to deal with Fuzzy Ashley today. So here's the deal. Today, I'm super psyched to talk to you about Ultimate Reset. So if you are on here live, do me a favor, find the chat because I'm going to ask you questions. Who on here has done Ultimate Reset? So if you don't know what Ultimate Reset, well, they talk. Ultimate Reset is a Beachbody nutrition only cleanse. Okay. And I say nutrition only meaning like it's not a fitness program. It's not like a workout program. Okay. It's nutrition. It is a cleanse and it's 21 days. And there is one thing I hear from every single person who has ever done it. One thing, same exact thing. Every single person says it. Can anybody tell me what they think that might be? One thing, every single person says it who's ever done Ultimate Reset. It's I thought I knew what healthy eating was, right? I thought I knew what healthy eating was, but I definitely didn't. Like everybody, even the most healthy of the healthiest person eater that I know still says the same thing. Man, I thought I knew what healthy eating was until I've done this. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it. We're going to try to be a little quick and then we're going to go. Okay. So my invite to you is if you've never done this, we are doing it as a group, as a team. Anybody on this team is invited. We're going to do it on April 12th. Okay. So this gives you a month in advance to prepare for it. Hey, buddy, I see you. Hi. So here's the thing. Ultimate Reset. Colleen just said I lost 12 pounds and 7.5 inches in one round. So that is 21 days, 7.5 inches, 12 pounds, and changed her taste buds back to normal. So here's the thing. I'm going to talk a little bit. Here, when you do a fitness program with Beachbody, me, all of us, we tend to like really hone in on the fitness part, right? Like we're going to print out the calendar, we're going to do the calendar, and nutrition kind of comes second with the program, right? We're like, oh yeah, which nutrition plan should I use? And I kind of did it, I kind of didn't, right? It's in this case, you are literally switching your focus. You're like, nope, I'm going to take these 21 days. I'm going to do this to a T, and it forces you to switch your focus because it is like you can't half butt it, okay? You have to do it all in and you follow exactly what they tell you to eat, and we'll go over that real quick exactly what it is, but you are switching your focus, okay? You can work out, but what they want you to do is like yoga, restorative kind of stuff, not heavy lifting and hard cardio. Now, I'm about to do it, but I'm also going to be continuing on with my karate career because I like it and I love it and I'm not stopping. And so I have to figure that out. But they do have some modifications for people who like, do fitness, teach fitness and all that. So anyway, that's what they want. They want you to focus fully on your nutrition. So if you could do that, if you could take a step back and be like, okay, I am going to calm down with my workout programs at the moment. I'm going to take 3 weeks to really focus on my nutrition. Would you do it? I mean, would you really focus on your nutrition and know that you are putting the healthiest of healthy things in your body and detoxing all the grossness out, right? I would. I'm doing it April 12th. I want you to do it with me on April 12th. I'm just trying to think. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to talk about what it entails. So it's 3 weeks, and each week is a different phase. Okay, so phase 1, you start easing in to their by the time you're done, you're going to be eating vegan for that week, right? But in week 1, you start phasing out meat and dairy throughout phase 1, week 1, right? You're going to be taking supplements. So you have your water is a huge focus. Huge focus is water. The second is your food, and then your supplements, and then you work on your sleep as well, right? So these supplements, I have them here. We have Soothe, Optimize, Power Greens. I don't have Mineralize, but that's the salt that you put in your water. So anyway, this is what you do. You focus on water first. And he tells you exactly how to drink your water, how much water, what to do with it, where to buy it. I mean, like, he tells you exactly what to do. One cool thing about this whole program is you literally don't have to think. You just don't have to think. They literally tell you what to do every day. They tell you the food to eat. They tell you how to prep it. They give you a grocery list. I mean, it is laid out to a T for you. So you really don't have to think. Okay. You can work on just yourself throughout these 3 weeks. So Optimize and actually there's 3. Revitalize. Somebody remind me. Optimize, Revitalize, and Soothe. Optimize has all your digestive enzymes in it. And this is what you use most like every day throughout the whole thing, and you take it before your meals. The cool thing about this is each one of these ingredients, especially Soothe, Optimize, those ingredients, the digestive enzymes, are in Shakeology. I mean, it's a awesome transition to be getting back into Shakeology. You actually don't drink Shakeology during these 3 weeks. So if you're thinking, oh, how am I going to afford it? Well, that's one way you can afford it. You're swapping, right? So you can drink it as a snack, but if you're doing this full out, you really don't need it. Optimize is what you put in before each meal. They tell you exactly what to take, when to take it for your supplements. Soothe and Revitalize are one of them is prebiotics and probiotics. The other one is like Soothe is aloe vera juice and turmeric. I don't think you take this one so much until the last week. I don't remember. It gives you a schedule of exactly what to take, when to take it. And then you take Power Greens, which is honestly my least favorite thing about the whole program because they taste gross. But if you just chug it down real quick, it's not a big deal. And that's phase 1 is what I was saying. You take some of the supplements. They tell you exactly what to eat. They give you a prep, like they tell you exactly what to prepare in the beginning of the week, and they tell you what to prepare throughout the week. They break it down day by day, and you really focus on water. Phase 2 is week 2, and that's when you start taking the detox. So detox, you take it throughout the day. It's another packet like this. It's a powder, right? You take it throughout the day. I personally love the taste of the detox. Some people don't. I like it, right? That is all the fiber. Kaylee's asking, is there a fiber drink? There is. All the fiber in it's all natural fiber and detox in a powder form. And you take it, I think 3 times a day. Is it 3 times a day? I think so. But here's the thing. A lot of people ask me, but am I going to be stuck to the toilet all day long? Like, can I work while I do this? Yes, you can. You can. This is not something where you're going to be running to the bathroom. I mean, you might, if you're drinking a lot of water, you might have to go to the bathroom more often, but it is not one of those things where you're like having explosive bathroom moments. That is not what this is. Okay. It's gentle. And you can definitely be working while you do this. The only thing I would suggest is not planning it around if you're vacationing, traveling, like going to visit family. You want to be home for this only because you're preparing all your meals. And you would not want to do this if you're traveling for work or if you are visiting family and friends, or like I would pick a time in which you can stay home for 3 weeks. I mean, one day gone, a conference, that's not a big deal. You can prep your food and bring it with you. But I'm talking traveling and not being home to prepare your food. I personally have done this where I actually had to go away for a weekend, and it wasn't bad because I prepared all my food ahead of time and just brought it with me in a cooler. That was for like a Boy Scout thing. I don't remember what it was. So you can do short, tiny trips if you know you can prepare your food ahead of time. You're not going to want to go, oh, I can get that at the restaurant. No, because it's very specific about what you're eating. So you want to make sure you're home. So that's phase 2. You have your detox. Phase 3 is when you start bringing in the prebiotics and probiotics because you just cleansed out your digestive system, and you want to bring in all of the good digestion supplements like prebiotics and probiotics to help revitalize what you just did. Now, there is like this phase that you go through. Some people it's not like, it's really not a bad first week. They're totally fine. They don't feel bad. And other people, they end up feeling like crap. So let's talk about that, because there's two things you can do to prevent yourself from feeling like crap. Okay. Number one, slowly wean off your caffeine. Most people feel like crap when they do cleanses and stuff like that, not because of the actual cleanses, because they're taking things out that they're normally used to and that they're addicted to, sugar and caffeine. And if you slowly wean caffeine and sugar, you'll be fine. Like, you won't have that like flu-like symptoms. I mean, people start Ultimate Portion Fix or To Be Mindset and feel the same way. It's just because they're feeling this withdrawal of caffeine and this withdrawal of sugar. And if you do that within like a 2-week period or even 1-week period beforehand and slowly wean off of it, you won't get the bad headaches. You won't get the groggy, awful feeling. Listen, I've done it both ways. I've done it both ways. And I've been so addicted, and I probably will do it again one day. I've been so addicted to caffeine where I'm like, hell no, I'm not giving it up until I have to give it up. And those 3 days, it's like, mom, don't even talk to mom. Don't even talk to mom for the first 3 days of her cleanse, detox, whatever the heck it is that I'm doing at the time where I have to take myself off of caffeine, right? Just don't even talk to her. So here's the thing, you can start swapping it out a week or two prior to it. You can start slowly weaning off coffee. So if you have like 4 cups a day, go down to 3, go down to 2, start swapping out coffee with tea, all that fun stuff, right? You can go from coffee to black tea to green tea, whatever you have to do. An easier way to do that, by the way, if that becomes a struggle, is to just up your water intake. Literally, don't even think about the fact that you're taking coffee out, just up your water intake. If you're upping your water intake, it's going to crowd out the times in which you're having coffee. Does that make sense? You don't even really have to think about it so much anymore. You just have to be like, okay, I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to give yourself a goal. And throughout the day, you'll just happen to drink less coffee. That's just how it is. And the water will prevent you from getting into so many like withdrawal symptoms as well. So upping your water, which will lower your caffeine and your sugar. Honestly, water, that is the easiest way to do it, by upping your water. Okay. So I would do that a week or 2 prior to it, or you could start now if you want. It's a month prior, you know. So the last phase, week 3, you're also eating no dairy, no meat, and no grains. And that sounds crazy, right? But I promise you, throughout this entire time, one of the other things I hear people say, even though they're like, oh, I'm cleansing, but I'm eating such big meals, right? Who else felt that way? They're like, I remember Amy doing it. She's like, I can't even finish these meals. I can't even finish them. Now, me, I eat a ton of food. I can finish any meal you put in front of me. But a lot of people will say to me, I can't believe how big these meals are. And I'm like, yeah, they don't want you to be hungry, and you need to be bringing in a lot of food. It's like, if you're cutting out the dairy and the meat, then you need to eat more bulk of veggies and other things, right? So tons of fruit, tons of veggies, tons of food. You will not be hungry. I promise you, you will not be hungry. Okay, so moving on. Who is this for and who is this not for? It is for anybody who wants to just take a short period of time and focus on their food and their health, right? If you want to take that time, that 21 days where you just switch up your focus, instead of working out so much, you kind of calm down on the working out a little bit and you focus more on your food and your health, the food that you're putting into your body, your fuel, right? That is number 1. Number 2, if you want to learn how to crave vegetables, like if you're not a veggie person and you really want to like open up and be like, how do I make myself like veggies more? Even Clean said it. It totally changed up her taste buds. You will start craving vegetables. So if you're the type of person who you're like, oh, I hate veggies, you need to have, well, I'll talk about who it's not for, but you need to have an open mind and want to do this. That is a big thing. I'm telling you about this a month ahead of time because I want you to have your mindset ready and excited to do it with us. Okay. On April 12th, we'll be starting. If you love trying new things, if you love learning about health, if you love feeling amazing, if you want more energy, I promise you by the end of your 3 weeks, you'll be like, I never knew I had so much energy. Let's clean the house. Let's do some spring cleaning. Let's have a yard sale, right? Like it will affect every other. Oh, now that I think about it, I'll be doing a yard sale by the end of this. This will be good for me. So, really, anybody who really wants to. Oh, yeah. Kaylee said, I remember waking up without an alarm every day by the time she was done. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Let's see. I want to see. If you're a caffeine and sugar hound, start reducing your intake a week or two ahead and you'll get the withdrawal headache on. Yes, exactly. So, okay, moving on. Who's it not for? It is not for someone who is half committed and wants to complain the whole time. Know yourself, guys. If you're closed-minded with eating food that you just never had before, then and you know like you'll just complain the entire time, it's not for you. It's definitely not for you. You need to have an open mind and be excited to try something new. That's the mindset you need to have. Open mind, excited to try something new and be excited about the results that you're going to get. I'll show you some pictures too of the results, but we just interviewed Lynn, I think it was last week or the week prior, and I'm pretty sure she said she lost 20 pounds in 3 weeks. Was it 20? I don't remember. My husband has lost 21 pounds in 21 days doing the ultimate reset. I have lost 12 pounds, 13 pounds in 21 days doing the ultimate reset. Everybody loses something different, and every time you do it you might lose something different, right? If you're going into this already feeling super fit and lean, then you might not lose so much weight because you don't need to lose so much weight, right? But if you're going into this and you know you have like 20 plus pounds to lose, this will be a significant piece of that puzzle, a significant piece. And if you do this with a team of people like we're going to do it, it will be a lot easier because people have tips. When you have done this so many times and like you just know what you're doing prior, you know what you're ordering, you know how to grocery shop, you know what to buy. That, like, for example, I have learned to buy shredded carrots because there's like 8 million different things that you need carrots and you need to shred them. And other people would normally read that because they see the grocery list and they're like, oh, I'm going to buy these carrots, and then they find out they have to literally shred the carrots, right? So the small little tip of buying shredded carrots will change your life, as well as lemons. There's a lot of lemon usage in this program, right? I buy the Santa Cruz already organic lemon juice, right, in a jar. It's organic and it's very natural and wonderful. If you don't do that, the first time I did this program, I got burns on my hands. Get this. I got burns on my hands because I was using so much lemon and I didn't wash the lemon rind off my hands well enough, and I would go out in the sun because it was already like nice out, and it burned my hands and I didn't understand what was going on. And I showed my neighbor who's a doctor and she's like, funny thing is, I literally just figured this out with somebody else. She goes, have you been using a lot of lemons lately? And I'm like, yes. She's like, the oil from the lemon stays on your hand and then you go out in the sun and it literally is burning your hand. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no clue. So these are little things that you're going to want to do with your group. Like, you want to hear this from your group. These are big things that will make your life so much easier, because going into this, you might have 8 million questions. So do it with us. Who's this not for? If you're traveling in any capacity, like I said, for work, for vacation, or if you are traveling right afterwards. So I've heard other people who did the 3-week ultimate reset. They got themselves in such a good place nutritionally. And then literally a week later, like literally the week after their 3rd week, they went to Disney World and they thought, oh, cool, I'm just going to eat ice cream and French fries and hot dogs. And what happens is if you're eating so clean and then you eat this junk food, your stomach's gonna hurt. Like that's painful when you're eating so clean and then you just go and start eating like all this junk food. Even if you're not eating clean and you eat all this junk food, it's going to hurt. But when your body is like primed and ready and excited to have veggies and then you just cut all those veggies out, right? I wouldn't do that. I would I would still travel to Disney, but I would give yourself the mindset of, I just worked really, really hard for this. I'm going to work on making sure I only eat limited amount of sweets and fried foods at Disney. Makes sense? That probably isn't so much of a deal right now when nobody's traveling as much, now that I think about it. Okay, so last time I did this, the last 4 days, I was on a cruise. Yes. Actually, Colleen, I think you're one of the people I was thinking of when I was talking about that. Fido. Oh, Lee knows the name. How do you say it? Phytophotodermatitis. Yes, it is a thing, guys. That is the name of it. Phytophotodermatitis. See, I'm so excited to have you on here, Lee. Lee, the skin doctor. That's what I'm going to call you. Okay, so what else was I going to say about it? Oh, yes. Okay, so we're starting on April 12th as a team. Whoever wants to join us, customers, coaches, doesn't matter. We're going to start April 12th. What do you have to do to join us? Number one, I would suggest ordering it right away because you never know what the shipping's going to be like. So order it now, right? And be prepared. Get excited about it. Order it now, bring it in, start looking over things, reading things, looking at the recipes, and really get excited. That's number one. So order it now. Number two, oh, by the way, when you go to order it, yes, it is most definitely worth it. Don't even double guess yourself. I forget the price. I can't even tell you. I think it's like $199. Just be excited about it and know it's going to change your life. Literally, you will come away from this going, wow, I learned so much. You know how like you can read a book and learn about nutrition? And you can read another book and learn about nutrition. You could take a course and learn about nutrition. You can literally get a degree and learn about nutrition. This is not that. This is learning through action, doing the thing. This is totally different. You're doing it. And when you're doing it, you feel what you're doing, right? And so it's going to stick better in your head. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, Darren O'Lean is the person who created this program. I don't know if Isabel Deichler did it with him. I don't remember. But he's also the creator of Shakeology, the co-creator of Shakeology. So here's what I'm going to suggest. To get excited, so you went and you ordered it. To get excited, I would suggest watching Down to Earth, the documentary series on Netflix that Darren O'Lean is part of, because you'll get to know him. And getting to know him will really get you more excited. If you're on the fence about getting this, just go watch Down to Earth and just see how he eats. He literally is the healthiest eating like person I've never seen someone eat so healthy than Darren O'Lean. And he created this program for us. So I would do that. I would watch that program. Then I would also get the book, Super Life, I think is the name of it. Wow. I should have had that in front of me. It's downstairs. It's a really good book. It's by Darren O'Lean as well. And I would read that, start reading it, and also read it, like continue reading it throughout doing this program, this 3-week cleanse. Those 3 things will get you super pumped and super ready for this. Reach out to your coach and let them know when you bought it so we can put you in a group chat with us. And if there's enough people, we'll end up doing a group on Facebook, but I think group chat will be fine. And you'll be able to get and connect with us and hear all of the tips and tricks to make this smooth and simple. And I promise you will never look back after doing this once. If you do it full out and do it the right way, you will be so happy that you did it. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask questions, but I am done and I'm excited to get started with you on April 12th. Does anybody have questions before I go? I know this is something different. Some of you've never done before. Nobody even has their camera on. Where are you guys? Everybody's eating breakfast and having coffee. Do you have questions for me or no? Okay, sounds good. I will see you April 12th. Order your Ultimate Reset now. Oh my gosh, I forgot the biggest thing. Get your husband to do it with you. If you're married, get your spouse to do this with you. It is so much easier to do it with your spouse. And they have a discounted double pack. Wow, I can't believe I forgot to say that. Get your spouse to do this with you. It will just be easier if you do it together. I promise. Okay, so that's my last thing. All right, talk to you later. Bye.